Welcome back to All G's, sometimes All G's React. And today, we got a treat for y'all on this subject matter. This is going to be great. I saw a news post, and it says, I went on 6 dates a week and didn't have to buy groceries for 2 years. We're talking about a young lady. Don't worry, the inserts will be there. We're talking about a young lady named Vivian who went on dates. She's saying she went on dates. She was able to go on dates 6 days a week and didn't have to buy groceries at all for 2 years. Now, there's a couple ways to look at this. We could say cap. Right?
Right.
We could say cap.
Good.
We could say cap. We could say this is an attention getter, but we could also say this is cap. But at the same time, it's also very possible.
Very. I would lean more of a 80-20. 20% cap, 80% true.
Even if we reduce for days, like 4 days a week, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because more on the weekend hit or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna go with the fact that she's not capping. She actually went on dates for that many days and got fed that much. My first question is just gonna be, how much ding dong did you receive during that time?
How far was the dam split open?
Did we just open the floodgates?
Yeah. How many times was that Red Sea passed?
Did that happen? Go ahead, bro. What you think about this?
Well, first and foremost, I am Sir Cash. I appreciate having this conversation because as a man who at one point went on quite a few dates, was married at one point, got divorced. A lot of divorcee men, when they get out there, first thing they do is hit the gym, make sure you get yourself right, make sure your money's right, and you go out there and you hit the market. And then once you realize when you hit the market, there's a lot of women like that out there. Women are looking. Some women. I don't want to put all women into the same conversation, lump them all in the same boat, but there are women who use that as a grift. You know why? Because I wouldn't even say the stereotype, the notion is that when a man takes a woman out, if he asks her out, he approaches her, he generally pays, he wants to show that he's a gentleman, he got it, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to go Dutch the first date, you know what I'm saying? And so there's women who are like that. I know I've been a victim of one. I'm definitely not ashamed to say. I went out with women. I was like, oh, man, this woman is bad. Yeah, I'm going to take her out. Get her something to eat, stuff like that. Maybe if it went somewhere, it does. Most of the time, it does come with the sea splitting, if you know what I mean. So it can be a trade-off. And then, of course, I've went out with a woman. Personal story. I went out with the woman who... we go out, have a good time, go to the park, walk around, great time. A couple months down the line, she told me that she just got finished smashing a guy before our first date. Like literally, she smashed him and came right to me and got a free meal. Doesn't mean that I didn't eventually smash, but I was like, and she was bold enough to say, she's like, yeah, yada yada yada. And this dude was from cross country. He came cross country, came out here, visited her, did whatever they did. She came out with me, and we was none the wear. But as I got older, I realized, I was like, oh, okay, some women just play this game. And not only do they play the game, they kind of excel at it. And now with, Plenty of Fish is dead, but you have all these dating apps. And then you just run like Facebook, Instagram, yada, yada, yada. Girls taking pictures like this. And they're just trying to get fed. They're trying to take care of their kids. They're trying to get fed. They're trying to get their little bags and all that other stuff.
Oh, you gotta get the leg up.
Yeah, you gotta get the leg up. Gotta look stupid. Duck lips. Get your body modifications, yada, yada, yada. So I honestly believe this story, and I think that it's setting a bad precedent because stories like this get out. And then there's a whole bunch of poor women, too. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of women that's poor as well, and they're going to use their body or their looks or their charm, and there's plenty of simps out there because I'm not going to sit up here and be like, yeah, I've always been like a Kevin Samuels. I've always been on. No, bro, I was a simp at one point. You know why? Because I wasn't knowledgeable to the game.
Everyone was.
Yeah.
I have my personal stories. I bet you got yours. Everybody was a simpleton at one point.
For certain women will turn the macho of machoist men a simp in some form. In some form, you can take the Andrew Tates, you can take the Kevin Samuels. I don't know if Kevin Samuels was always into women, but you can take certain men and be like, nah. There's probably a woman be like, nah, don't let that be cap to you because he was a simp at one point for me.
Oh yeah,
women can do it.
When you don't know something, which is why I'll get into later on why we need to be getting our next generation of boys ready for these situations, because this is only going to get worse, by the way. Like, this is only going to get worse. But when you don't know something, you are a simpleton. And
wait a minute, before you go there, I have a question. Did Adam simp for Eve when she told him to eat the apple, even though he was told not to?
Yeah, I believe so. That's the first simp.
That's the first simp. No, that's a good question. Yeah. Did Adam simp for Eve? Because first of all, if you're brand new, all of a sudden you see essentially the most beautiful woman in the world. Not only because she was the only one, but she was literally like,
supposed to be perfect.
Perfect. So you had number one. So when he saw that, he immediately, and then she did whatever they did. They immediately knew what to do. Mm-hmm. And then she told him, "Hey, try this." I'm like, well, God said not to. I'm like, no, try this. Like, all right.
Yeah, most of y'all have done that. Most of you all, your father told you not to do something, and your girl got you to do it.
So if Adam did it, you did it. So don't get in the comments saying like, nah, I ain't never. You're lying. You're absolutely lying. I don't care if you don't have to like, oh, I don't care about the Bible. No, you're lying. You're absolutely lying. There's only one person who ain't never simped, and that was Jesus. Never simped because he remained a virgin. So that's it.
So that means
don't cap.
So there's a couple of y'all who's probably still virgins that haven't simped yet. But yeah, it's I've made my mistakes as well. I remember I was talking to a much older individual than that because I was like 19 at the time. Mm-hmm. She was like 28 at the time. And she had dudes on rotation. And I was one of them dudes on rotation. I would show up, go down there, and then like, all right, I'm going to leave because I'm going to go visit family. And then one time I came up, the door was locked. Wasn't coming to the door. And then I was like, left. Came back to visit another time. Hey, we're gonna go out. I'm gonna bring my friend with me. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. So we go bowling, and then there's this dude there. We're both there. Simpleton.
Did you have to pay?
I paid for myself.
Okay.
All right.
She brought the homie. Sounds about, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it didn't start clicking till later.
Mm-hmm.
We all make those things, those situations.
Mm-hmm.
The one I think that I think it probably could will click faster because I have another situation. This is the one that had me kind of like, all right, women ain't ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting in the fair line. We at the fair.
Okay.
Sitting in the fair line, booed up. And people see me. Hey, yo, what's up, son? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's you? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, when you need to boost you up.
Yeah.
It's you?
Oh, that's you? Oh, okay. I see you, blah, blah. Like, that's your girl? Okay, all right. And she looked me dead in my face. I mean, like, with that up like that. You know what I'm saying? Looking at me. I really don't want to be known as boyfriend and girlfriend. Right there. Right there. I was just like,
Slide off me like Rainick.
We've all been simpleton, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We've all been simpleton.
Yeah.
For this woman to be able to grift men, and I mean, I want to say it's not a lot because I love to give the benefit of the doubt and just think that some dudes are dumb, just dumb to that level. But that would have to be a lot of guys. Look, it says from 2016 to 18 is how long she did that for. Like, just we ain't even talking about like COVID time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's her attractiveness level?
Mm,
What would you rate her?
Honestly, that
Is she Asian or white? She looks Asian or white.
she's well Asian.
Yeah. Yeah. There can be that exotic factor because let's be honest, because
I will say that's the point I was.
There is the exotic factor, and then there is the level of attractiveness too, to where a woman can get online. Actually, let me start right here. I used to watch My 600-Pound Life. One thing you notice when you watch that show, if you look outside of the weight factor, look at the women who are 600 pounds who still has a man compared to the men who are 600 pounds who doesn't have a woman. There are men who will mess with women at any size. A woman being 600 pounds can still pull more men than maybe a man who might be just okay, but he might be kind of like, you know, towards the lower end of what you would call the visual spectrum, but he has money. So women always have that option. There's always the option for women to find men. Now you take a woman who might be fit and then her attractiveness level goes up. Well, the number of simp categories goes up along with her. Because I remember when I was dating and the more and more, I would say it was like the 10-pound rule. Every 10 pounds that I lost back when I was working out like crazy, the more attention I got from women. I was like, all right, I was at this point, and then I dropped 10. I was like, man, my level is starting to come up. I'm starting to get more attention. Then I drop a little bit more, my level is going up. And then I started, you know, everything started filling out. I was like, whoa, okay, I see it, because there's that attractiveness level to where women were attracted to me. Now, vice versa. You take, like, you know, baddie Instagram girls, let's just say the natural ones, not the modified ones or whatever.
Build a bitch.
Yeah. I guarantee you those women, you know, with the mama bodies and stuff like that, who still trying to keep themselves fit, has an inbox full of dudes who has no problem taking them out. Now, the more men that might come aware, the more options she might, the less options she might not have. And that depends on even on her personality, if she even wants to use that as a grift. This woman is just blatantly just out with it. Like, and honestly, this article, I don't think it's going to help her because, dude, stuff gets passed around too quick. Like, man, your face looks familiar. And, you know, in the days of the phone and screen capture, and be like, oh, you're done. Probably going to see that same girl in, like, you know, 6 months later. I never should have been a part of that. Nobody's hitting me back. I tried to call Daryl. Yeah. I tried to call Tommy. Nobody's hitting me back. Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? So I understand that grift, and it's a shame. But there's a lot of men out there who might have money, who are lonely. It's called a strip club. You ever been to a strip joint? You always see those guys who are lonely. Dude, they're just shelling out money just for attention. Just for attention. Dude, some dudes are like, oh, well, she can say that she used me. She might be capping in that article. Yeah, I pay for groceries and stuff like that. But I also got a chance to move around those groceries in her, if you know what I'm saying. Exactly. So, girl, stop the cap. Stop acting like you just, oh, I just got free groceries because I went on dates. No, you was getting split at the same time.
Yeah, you were definitely getting, you know.
Yeah.
Pound, 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 pound.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for me, my personal taste, she's probably like a 6. That's my personal taste.
She's average, you know. I'm an average man, you know. I definitely want to.
I'm average, but at the same time, it's just
there's a lot of average people out there.
I think companionship is like what a lot of people seek. You can tell it. I definitely notice it in this internet age because you know we had to face to face. We had to do a lot of stuff face to face and things like that.
You have to risk getting rejected. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, not reading a message. That's nowhere near as bad as going up to a girl at the gas station. Hey, yada yada yada. You know, you have to put yourself out there because she might not even be in the mood. She could have another man, but you have to put yourself out there. Hey, yada yada yada.
Just a question.
Yeah, some, and the chances were based off of your attractiveness level. The chances were she'd be like, I got a man, lying, or you know, unless you saw a ring or something like that, or she just blow you off. And you'd be like, see, this is why I don't do nothing. Yeah. This is why I don't talk to girls.
Yeah, the worst you can get is no.
Right.
And I think
keep it pushing.
You have to get past that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you've been rejected like 3, 4 times, just like, okay. I mean, this is gonna happen more often,
right?
Than not.
Right. It's like catching a fish. And some fish, dude, it's just not your day. Nobody's biting, and then you know what? You might hit that gym. You might start swelling up, and guess what? Ooh, I'm starting to get more bites. Okay, I'm starting to see the game's an attractiveness level game. Let me get some better lure out there so they'll bite. So a little bit more.
I can sit here and say I just told you my little simpleton situations, but at the same time, I've been in a full car full of dudes, and the only girl asked to use my phone, and she dumped her number in it. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
While everyone else is like throwing their pitches at it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get that. And I've had them moments happen as well. So you just have to understand how some women are going to operate in different ways. Different
on the factor of what she did. I think it set a bad precedent for other women who feel like they're not getting anywhere in life. They might have a dead-end job. They might be they just might be regular female, but like they're gonna read that article because it's gonna get passed around social media, and then other women are like, shoot, I can just go ahead and play this game. All these men, which is why a lot of women seem to have OnlyFans. Why every woman thinks that it's okay to low-key be a kind of a thought, like, hey, check out my OnlyFans. I take revealing pictures. I do this. Hey, look at my OnlyFans going up. People, why you got kids at home? First of all, that stuff is going to get caught out. It's been on the news where women have had kids going to school, and all of a sudden their kids are getting harassed, like, and they're like, other parents are seeing, or other parents know that their mom has an OnlyFans, so now it's coming up to the school board, yada, yada, yada. Other kids are seeing it. It's not just parents who's seeing that OnlyFans. Dude, I would hate to be involved in a relationship with a woman, and we have kids, and she has an OnlyFans, and my son is like, let's just say he's in middle school, high school, wherever, and then they're, like, oh, man, look at this bad woman, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, hey, is that your mom? Oh, bro, your mom has an OnlyFans? It's done. A lot of women are doing this now while they have young kids. Most of them I see, they're doing young kids, like elementary, maybe toddlers, and yada, yada, yada. But that doesn't go away. You know why? Because the same simps that are out there, they're screen capturing, they're sharing, and that stuff, whatever you put out on the internet, will be there forever. Will be there forever, and it will eventually catch up with you and stuff like that. But, that's besides the point. But simps are out there for men, and women are seeing it. They're taking advantage of it, and it's just competing the cycle to where men need to eventually, like, look, you got to stop that.
Yes.
You have to, because you're just emboldening other women. You're not you're not getting nowhere with that woman at all. Ask the right questions. What's your history? What are you looking for? Yada, yada, yada. Stop asking. Stop. If she is automatically saying, hey, you want to go get something to eat, look for the red flags. There has to be red flags with a woman like that.
Oh, yeah.
If a dude, hey, what's your name? And yada, yada,
Her being in New York, because that's where she's located. She's located in New York. There's a lot of people who just will jump on that opportunity. Men seek a companion. They seek companionship is what we do. Then you have to learn later on in life, maybe you weren't really built for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should have maybe not done that.
Right.
But with this situation with her, and then we can get into a little something else, but with her, it's like, you have to remember, with everything you're seeing, right? There is like, 385 million of us. Okay, there's 385 million of us. All these are like lottery shots. You understand? Most of you women will not be able to do what she did, and you're taking a chance of ruining a potential good relationship that you could be building with someone just for some Arby's.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way with the OnlyFans. They're going to highlight these 5-6 women who make this amount of money on OnlyFans, but for those 5-6 women, there's 500 who got like 1 or 2 subscribers,
and it's adding every day.
And they're putting this content out, and they ain't getting nowhere near like this 5 or 6. You're running a risk. That's the risk. You put this out, you get $5 a month or whatever, but that's on the internet, and it's going to stay there because someone's going to save your stuff. Because you have people who go to OnlyFans, who pay for your OnlyFans, take your stuff from OnlyFans, take it over to Pornhub or X Video, whatever, and create a whole compilation. And now you in a compilation, and they'll throw some big names in the compilation to get attention. But now someone sees you where you only had like 3 OnlyFans subscribers. You need to be careful when you try to shoot this whole lottery shot thing of trying to make it in different ways, because you know it's like the restaurant statistic. You know, you see all these restaurants, but there's a lot that failed. You get what I'm saying?
True. And
that's how it is with these things. You're not going to be able to pull this off. Okay, what she did, you're not going to be able to do that.
That's not a story to aspire to.
That's not a story to aspire to. And it's the same way with the OnlyFans thing. You see someone making 10 grand from OnlyFans or whatever, or so forth and so on. That's, the chances of that being you is low. Do you really want to throw that type of content out and you not even get that dough, but now you're on the internet forever? So even if you be like, all right, I'm done, not doing it, right? Delete.
It's already been saved.
Too late.
It's gone.
Too late. You could be 5 years down the road, married, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Hey, honey, Jim just sent me a video. Looks like you're sticking a carrot in your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know why? Because there's a homeboy. Homeboy's like, hey, that's your new girl? Dang, she look familiar. I don't even know where I know her from. Hold on. Let me check the 1 terabyte stash.
What I'm saying, listen to me. What I'm saying, bro, like what I'm saying to y'all, like I'm just being real, because he could tell you, like I could tell you, from the days of OkCupid, POF, all that, men talk too.
Oh yeah.
And if you got that profile of I'm not here for just, you know, hit it and quit, or I'm not here for that, blah blah blah.
Cap.
And there's someone they work with, like, oh yeah, first day, smash. You know what I'm saying?
Cap.
Like that's
Cap.
how it is. You need to be very careful when you try to run these races.
Oh yeah, we definitely talk. Men talk. Just like, I don't know how the women talk, because I'm not in their circle like that, and I'm not gonna pretend where I know how women talk. But men talk. Oh, we definitely talk. You know, like, you know, if a girl's dating this guy for a year and be like, you dating this dude for a year? Hey, first night I smashed. So yeah, I obviously know you ain't into him like that. Oh, I'm trying to do things right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell yourself that, but it's a very good point on that. And
that's just the risk you run.
And then when it comes to, let's just say, numbers and statistics, yada yada yada, just even in the black community, I think there's like 5 million more black women than black men, so our odds are really high as compared to finding a woman that we want, as compared to women who find that man. That's one thing I really did like about Kevin Samuels, where he pointed out that so many women wanted the same type of man. Every woman thought that she was a 10. They want this guy who has all this money. They want to live this life. And Kevin Samuels, what really gets misconstrued about him is that he was just saying, you know what? You're an average woman. It's nothing wrong to have an average life. Get you an average man, because that average man is going to love you and take care of you, because the man that you think that you want, not only are you probably not going to get him, but he's going to have you and multiple others. Are you ready to be Mrs. Forever side chick? Because not a lot of women are built for that. A lot of women are not built for unless you was raised that way, you're not built to be forever side chick. You want to be the only one. Because I even know dudes who might be in open relationships and stuff like that, and they make sure that they're, you know, other women might not want other women coming in who might be more attractive than them, because women are very competitive too.
Oh yeah,
women are very competitive too. I'm in an open relationship. Okay, so I can go talk to this girl. I don't know about her. You know, why she's saying she don't know about her? Because she's more attractive, and she would hope that y'all feelings don't get more involved, and then she falls down. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Ooh, that's
a whole nother conversation.
The competitiveness of women, that right there is something that's very real. And like I said, sometimes the hating woman of the group is only really doing that because it's like, if I downplay the dude, I can get him. Versus her.
Wait a minute, I think I saw him on Facebook. Let me just go ahead and slide.
Yeah.
Wait a couple weeks. I know about him. Let me just slide on in that inbox
exactly.
or whatever.
See, he shoots his shot at the one he thinks that, you know, that he's attracted to, blah blah blah. But she's like downplaying it. She hating. She doing all that to change the mind of that girl, so she can get in there. those type of things happen. But like you said, that's a whole other video.
And some dudes do the same thing too.
Oh,
hey, bro,
yes.
don't talk to her, man.
Yep.
I heard about her. She for the streets. She this, she that.
Oh,
not knowing that, like, bro, let me just slide on in there as well. You know, because I want to get that, bro. Man, why, nigga? Personal story. I have grown up around dudes who I would consider these are good looking men. They're attractive, they're funny, they're charismatic and stuff like that. And I was always the Mr. You know, I was always the wibbly wobbly. So I know what it's like being the guy who watches other men around them pull the baddies. And that used to bother me. But it's because I had self-confidence issues. I was in my simp days. Well, if I just be really nice to her, she'll really like me. She really likes me. She really likes me. Homeboys is like, bro, she using you. Nah, man, you don't understand, because in private, bro, she's just doing all this and stuff. No, bro. We see what she's doing because we're from the outside looking in. We have no feelings towards that woman. We're not trying to get you away so we can mess with her. We're just trying to show you what she's doing to you, because we can easily see the game that she's playing. You know, and these guys were older, so they kind of helped me. And it took me a while to realize that. That's because I was in simp mode, and I can admit that. It's like, okay. And then once I understood, okay, well, women are visual too. Mm-hmm. Some women might not really necessarily be about the money, because there are women who will sleep with a bum on the couch if he's ripped and he look like a street dude.
Yep.
Dude could be living at home or living with his baby mama. Women are grimy just as much as men are grimy. People are grimy. Let's just not even have men versus women. People are grimy. People are grimy as hell. So
you got to think about it like this. This is why I say when it comes to like understanding your chances if you're in the market, right? You have to understand geography, lottery, and time period. Them two things is very important for you, right? So I used to try to run the streets because that's what I thought I was supposed to do in my younger days. Saw that it was not for me, made my exit, and just became a regular dude. The problem with that is I would have pulled way more women as a street dude, because geography, lottery, where I was born, not where I was born, but where I was living most of my life, right? That environment plays that factor, and your time period. And the time period was trap boys. And when you get into one of the main things about women are always looking at things from that social standpoint. So if you got Beyonce and them singing, talking about, I need a soldier. You know what I'm saying? It's all that different type of stuff.
Yeah.
And all these girls is over here in these videos with these dudes who got like the braids and all the different type of stuff.
The 50 Cent wife beater.
Yeah.
And a gangster.
Yeah.
I got to have that. See all those women dancing? That's the type of man that I need there.
That's what you need. And that right there will screw you over, because once I got out of it and was just like, you know what? I get harassed less by police officers if I dress in things that I actually like, which is comic book stuff, video game stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm walking, chilling, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do all this no more.
Right.
But I'm getting super passed over because I am not the image in which women think I should be, because the time period is being a trap star. Being a soldier, being a gangster. That's what women think it should be. And then you throw geography, lottery in. Who's dominant? You know, is it mainly black? Is it mainly white? Is it mainly this? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. When I first came here, true story, when I first came here, you know when you get in awkward situations, so you do awkward things?
Yeah.
So I was messing with my phone. I walked into the QT that was right there off of Memorial, doing this like 61st Memorial. I walk in and I'm messing with my phone. I open the door for these two girls, two white girls. Open the door, and she's like, "Hey." Now remember, I'm coming from a place where all I ever saw to do was black girls, right? I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" Like, I just get on my phone. I don't know what I ain't never had that interaction. I've never had no white girl just come up and be like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying, like that,
right,
with me. And so I just like hopped on the phone, like I'm on the phone, And then she was like, "Oh, who you talking to?" I was like, "My girl." And she was like, "Tell her I said hey," you know, like that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And I was just kind of like,
bold with it.
Yeah, I just like went over to the drinks and stuff. So that's like it's the geography lottery of it is. I would have never experienced that like where I grew up at. Mm-hmm. We had like 2 interracial couples where I grew up at. Like everyone knew who they was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it was like that. So to experience that, that changes like that geography lottery. When I came here, I was like, oh man, like all these different type of women are like available. You know what I'm saying? Versus this. So, but yeah, that's just one of my little stories. Like, you know, I've been awkward too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just part of it. That's part of the simpleton mind. That's part of experience and things like that. Eventually, you get to a point to where you just like, just be you, because they either gonna accept you or not gonna accept you, and that's just what you need to be.
I used to think that when you get older, you get more mature, and it's not true at all, because there's still men who might be, you know, past my age who are still what you consider immature. Oof. It's really how you apply yourself in the times to where you have time, in the times to where there is a moment of silence to where you can apply. You have to want to apply yourself to understand, why am I doing these certain things? Self-help and understanding plays a big role in the level of maturity. You have to grow that seed inside you. Like, why? If you keep bumping your head, why do you keep bumping your head? Are you after a specific type of woman? Do you attract a certain type of woman? What energy do you put out?
That is a thing you have to look
at. Because I noticed I can attract a certain type of woman. I was like, man, why is this woman like that woman like that woman? Why are they all the same? Not all women are like that. I just seem to be pulling that type of woman. And I you know, like at this age, I kind of know, okay, this woman is in my sphere. If I get this one, man, that one's kind of like a level up. Mm-hmm. So I understand my sphere of women, what type of women who will be attracted to me, what type of women won't. You know, they're just like you said with the thug aesthetic. You know, some dudes are not thugs. They know more comic books than me. They watch Dragon Ball Z. Mm-hmm. They had cereal and all that other stuff, eating Saturday morning cartoons, all that other stuff. They're not about that, but they see that, well, women like that look. So I'll pretend to be that type of way.
Right.
And so, when it comes to understanding and maturing, you actually cause yourself less heartache.
Okay, be aware. Stay woke.
Right, the right way.
The right way.
The right way.
To these type of people, these type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Just look for, like he said, look for the red flags.
Right.
If they showing up and they always want to go somewhere for food, it's kind of a red flag.
Yeah, we're going to the park.
We're going to the park.
We have to go for a walk.
Yeah, let's look at the ducks.
Yeah. I'm going to bring a Ziploc bag with some old bread. There we go.
We're going to have some conversations.
Hey, we're about to go to Brahms. Do you want like an ice cream? You know,
keep it small. Yeah. Junior cheeseburger.
Doesn't mean I ain't got the money for it or whatever. Like, hey, you know, and before we go, I used to do that. When I used to date a girl, actually before I got married, that was the first place I met the woman that I was dating. I was like, hey, you want to meet up at Quick Trip? We looked at each other. All right, find each other attractive, cool. Because you got to make sure the person in the pictures looks like the same person online. That's a whole nother conversation. And then we went to Brahms. Guess what? We sat down. We had ice cream. We had a good time. Long conversation. Yada, yada, yada. First date. Got that out the way. When the conversation continued, then it was like things can progress. Yeah. So next time, you know, guys, don't take, hey, where do you want to go eat? I want to go to this expensive restaurant. Next. I ain't feeling that right now. You need a pre-date. Pre-date before the real date. You know what I'm saying? Pre-game. You know what I'm saying? Like you have the preseason to the season. Have a pre-game.
Pre-screening.
Yeah, yep. Figure out a place to where you're like, hey, ask some questions. Yeah, like cheap stuff, whatever. Doesn't mean I ain't got it. Just means I ain't gonna spend it until I know what you're on.
Yeah, that's facts. I completely agree with that. Anyway, that's gonna do it for your boy here. I'm Nixon.
I am Sir Cash.
And we out.
Peace.
Over. Let's grab one